Your feet are a key component of your yoga practice. In this video, we'll explore how to work with your feet very clearly so that they are supporting you and they're getting stronger. And we'll talk about your foundation for Tadasana pose and wide leg standing poses. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy. To activate your feet in your yoga practice, start by pushing the four corners of your feet down into the mat. The four corners of your feet are your big toe ball mound, your inner heel, your pinky toe ball mound, and your outer heel. Those are the four corners. When you press those four corners down, you lift 3 arches. So your feet actually have 3 arches. You have the medial arch, which is the one that you think about on the inside of your foot. The lateral arch, which is the outside, and then a transverse arch that runs between your big toe ball mound and your pinky toe ball mound. So to activate your feet, try this. Lift and spread all 10 toes evenly. When you do that, it lifts your arches. It lifts all 3 arches. That also activates the muscles of your feet and your shins. So you're building strength in your feet and shins. Try to keep that as you rest your toes back down on the mat, so the arches don't collapse when your toes come back down, and also your toes don't get grippy, sort of peeling on the mat. Then how do you place your feet in a Shaya Yoga? Well, for Tadasana, start with your feet about as wide as your ASIS. So if you put your hands on your front hip points, that's as wide as you want to be. That's hip width. And then your feet should be parallel to each other. So from the ASIS, draw a straight line down through the center of your knee to the center of your ankle. That's where you want to be, as far as where your feet line up under your hips. And then to make those lines parallel, your feet parallel, from the center of your ankle out to your second toes, draw a straight line. Center of the ankle to the second toe. There should be a straight line, and those 2 lines should line up with each other, parallel to each other. Now try again. If your feet are lined in this way, lift and spread your toes. Press your big toe ball mound down on each foot. Then anchor your inner heel. Fan out towards your pinky toe ball mound and anchor your outer heel. Your weight will balance just ahead of your ankle joint, and you'll have active feet, active arches, and you can slowly lower your toes back down without collapsing the activity of your arches. That's Tadasana feet. What if you're working in a wide leg stance? Step your feet out wider now. Most of the time, when I ask students who are just beginning in yoga or just beginning in a Shaya to step their feet out wide, they take a wide stance, but it's usually not quite wide enough. So for a Shaya Yoga, take your arms out parallel to the floor, and then step your feet out so that your ankles line up under your wrist. And sometimes it's a little hard to see, so it's useful to have a mirror or a friend to check your distance. But ankles under wrist is the optimal position for you to have both freedom in your pose, flexibility, and stability. If you feel like you're going to fall over when you're just starting with your feet out this wide, just bring them in a little bit, and you can build your stability over time into that wider stance, where again the feet are about ankles line up under your wrists. Ankles under wrists, but your feet are still parallel. Oftentimes people will look to the side of the mat to become parallel, but actually if you again go from the center of your ankle to your second toe on both feet and make those lines parallel to each other, that line points straight ahead off the long end of your mat. That's a better gauge because the outer edge of your foot could have some slope or curve to it. And then if you try to align that to the short edge of your mat, it's a little too subjective almost. So this is the wide leg stance. And then if you're taking a lateral pose, like something like a warrior two, you turn your leg out from the hip, from this wide leg stance. So turning your right leg out would look like this. The main key here is that as your feet line up, you want to line up the front heel with the arch of your back foot, the center of the arch of your back foot. Not sort of out ahead or way back behind, but front heel in line with the center of the arch of the back foot. Again, feet end up just about under the wrists, and then you're set up for Parshvakonasana, Trikonasana, Warrior Two, knee over ankle. Notice I didn't let the inner arch collapse. The inner arch keeps lifting because you push the pinky toe ball mound back down to the floor. And stretch this leg, try the other side. When you come back to parallel, make sure the foot comes fully parallel. Center the ankle to second toe pointing straight ahead. And then the left leg turns out from the hip. Again, you line up the heel of the front foot with the middle of the arch of the back foot. This is the foot not working on the front foot, or engage the four corners. And then the knee can come out over the ankle and you're in a nice position where you have stability and freedom. Stretch your leg, turn your foot back to parallel, and then just step your feet back together to Tadasana. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, please, of course, leave them in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this practice, I invite you to join me in public class in Richmond, Virginia. If you're not in Richmond, Virginia, please find your own local teacher and support them. Finally, if you like this video, please leave a like or subscribe to my channel or share with a friend. May your practice support you in opening your heart, in opening to the bigger energy that supports us all, and in living from the space of love, both in your inner